Boop. Ooh, your boy is nice. That was on a one try right there. Come on now, y'all got to give it to me. That was one try right there. Yeah, we good now. It's Purple Sunday. Can't wait to get it started. Why was Jeffrey Epstein afraid of Trump? Yeah, we gonna get into that. Ha, who we got up in the building this morning? We got Liberty and Justice. Cat DeJean. We got Batty Lynn. You up in here early. We got Mark Dorfman. What's good, Mark? We got Liberty and Justice, and we got myself. And we got a good show lined up for you guys today. I promise you. I put up a post yesterday saying we might start to put up a couple of videotape posts instead of going live all the time, because we're gonna see if we can start getting some revenue for those too as well. But we gonna get into that. It's not a big deal. But I'm ready to go. Time to start the show. They ready to go. It's time to get it on, yo. It's Purple Sunday, yo. It's time to get it on. And that's the word bon, bon, bon. Are you ready, fam? Bling, bling, bling. I'm ready to go. Bling, bling, bling. They ready to go. Bling, bling, bling. It's time to start the show. Bling, bling, bling. Let's get it on, yo. Bling, bling, bling. I'm ready to go. Let's try that. Let's see if some power helps them. Some cocoa butter fingers right there, y'all. And let's get it crunk up on the floor. You know we got to dance for me. We got y'all open, so y'all hoping. Now y'all got to, we don't need no hateration, holleration in this dancery. Let's get it. Y'all know how she danced, right? Y'all know how Mary danced, right? But check this out. If it, boom, that be. It's Sunday, August 10th. That's right, y'all. 2025. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this here's our bottom line, where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that and that, where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that. Just got me lit. Yes, we made it through another day. It's Purple Sunday, y'all. It's Purple Sunday. That's right. I knew a girl named Nikki. I guess you could say she was a fiend. I met her at a hotel lobby. Ain't gonna tell you what she was doing, but y'all know, all of my Prince fans out there, what's good? It's Purple Sunday. I'm glad you guys could make it. Y'all know why? Because you could have went anywhere, but the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. Let's see who we got up in the building this morning, because we are locked and loaded. Who we got up in the building this morning? We got, what's that, projects? Okay, we got Liberty and Justice. We've got, who else is that right there? We got Casey, we got Lon Yin, we got Casey, we got Batty Lynn up in the building, tapping in from Detroit, Michigan. Who else we got up in this building? We got Liberty and Justice. Who else do I see up in here? That says Project LS. Who else? Arena Love. Everybody up in here, I'm hoping that you had a fantastic evening and you slept well, because I did. We are ready. We locked and loaded. We got a whole bunch of news to line up. And yes, we going to get heavy into new Epstein information, updated content, new stuff that has to do with Ghislaine. We're going to get busy, yo. We got a lot to get into. So guess what? I got a fully loaded clip. And without any further ado, let's get into these titles. It's Sunday, you guys. I have a fully loaded, overloaded clip today. I promise you, this is going to be a good one. You know how when you know you got a good one and you just try to sit there like, oh, it's about to go down? Well, guess what? It's about to go down right now. Without any further ado, let's get into it. I have Trump. Why was Jeffrey Epstein afraid of Trump? People in glass houses should not throw stones. Not only were they friends, they had retail little tiffs when it came back and forth to owning, real estate. not retail, real estate. But then it went over a little bit more. We've got the clips and the content and information directly from what happened with that situation. Can't wait to premiere it because we're going to stack that deck and we're going to get to it. Also, what do we have here? We have a former Pontiac school security guard that's been arrested. That's right, arrested for impregnating a teenager, a simple 16-year-old girl walking to school, got encountered by this PDF, and we're glad because guess what? He's been locked up. I hope they don't let him out. We're going to keep on moving forward because last but not least, we got a man that attempts to attack a woman at a laundromat. And guess what? Something that you don't see a lot. Some good Samaritans come to her aid, may help her out. Believe me, those are just the small stories that we have. We've got stuff that has to do with Russiagate. We've got direct information from Tulsi Gabbard. We've got a lot. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to waste you guys' time. We've got breaking news. Let's get into it. I'm going to go ahead and do what we got to do. You guys know what I'm going to say. I got 5 on it. That's right. I got 5 on it. What I need you to do right now, what I need you guys to do right now is tap in and let me know where you're tapping in from, what time it is. I also want to know what city, state, or country, because we love to know so that I can continue to do the research in your area. I love it when you guys say, hey, that's not far from me. It just makes me know that we're doing what we're supposed to do around here. And we're going to keep on moving. We're going to get right into it. Let's go. Oh, you're in the way? No problem. I know how to get rid of you.
The U.S. is doubling its bounty for Venezuelan president.
I'm sorry. Right now, we're going to get into some breaking news right now. I'm sorry about that. The U.S. is now doubling its bounty on the Venezuela president, Maduro. It's $50 million now, going up to $50 million right now because they're saying that. I'm going to let them get to the point and tell you why they're doing it right now. Let's go. Let's get into it.
The U.S. is doubling its bounty for Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, now offering $50 million for information leading to his arrest. Attorney General Pam Bondi made the announcement.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Nope. It's been calling Maduro a major narco trafficker and a threat to national security.
She's accused him of working with drug cartels to smuggle dangerous substances and violence into the U.S. The original reward set during President Trump's first term was $15 million. Former President Joe Biden raised it to $25 million before leaving office.
So I guess this has been going on for a long time. I don't see any bounty hunters going after him. I wonder why not. He must be well connected. We're going to keep on moving forward because now the President Trump has announced a peace deal between you guys are going to have to help me with this name because I can say Armenia, but what's the other one? Azerbaijan? Yep, we got to get into it, you guys. We got to get into it because it's news and it's happening. And I guarantee you somebody in the comments wants to know what's going on with this.
It's a long time, 35 years. They fought, and now they're friends, and they're going to be friends for a long time. But it's a big, beautiful honor to welcome everyone to the White House for this very historic peace summit between Armenia and Azerbaijan.
Thank you.
It's really
that's how you say
a great
it.
thrill for me.
That's how you say it.
Seeing good people get together, and that's what you have. You have two great leaders. I want to congratulate these two visionary people, Prime Minister Pashinyan and President Aliyev, for coming to Washington to sign this momentous joint declaration.
Why does it look like one doesn't really want to sign, but the other one is like, all right, we're going to do it? He don't really look like he want to do this.
A tremendously important document, and it's been a long time in coming. They were explaining before that so many times they thought they could get there. It never happened, just never happened. I also want to thank Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, and their teams at the State Department. And I see that we have Chris Wright outside and
That's
Senator
messed up what happened with
Steve
big
Dane sitting right here. Thank you, Chris. Thank you very much. And Steve, Thank you very much. We have some other wonderful dignitaries.
Thank you all for what you did for putting Azerbaijan together back with thank you so much, and thank you for being able to pronunciate that. So now I'm going to study that and keep on saying it. So if it keeps on coming up, I'll be very good at saying it. We got to move on forward right now because we got to go to Washington because the DOJ launches an investigation into the New York attorney, one of your favorite girls. Y'all know who I'm talking about, right? Letitia James, as well as Senator Adam Shifty, low down, gritty, and grimy Adam Schiff, y'all. Let's go. Let's keep on going. We can't just do one type of news. We got to keep it moving and get busy over here. Let's go.
Headline that we're watching this morning, the Department of Justice has now opened an investigation. Vaughn, there is another headline that we're watching this morning. The Department of Justice has now opened an investigation into New York Attorney General Letitia James, who won that civil fraud case against the president a few years ago. What more do we know?
And that's right. I'm told that Attorney General Pam Bondi tapped Trump loyalist Ed Martin as a special attorney to investigate both California Senator Adam Schiff and Letitia James for alleged mortgage fraud, and that grand juries have already been impaneled for these inquiries. Earlier this summer, Martin notably started the weaponization working group at the DOJ, and he explicitly said his goal was to either charge with crimes or shame those who sought to prosecute Trump before he re-entered the White House. These two Democratic officials have for years now been perceived by President Trump as enemies after Schiff, you'll recall, led the prosecution in President Trump's first impeachment trial, and James led a successful fraud case against the Trump organization. In a statement, James' personal lawyer called this the most blatant and desperate example of the president's retribution campaign, and Schiff's attorney called Martin brazenly partisan and politically compromised.
What do you guys think about the fact that they actually signed these deals and they actually took these breaks? But the funny part about it is, like I said to you guys before, people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. They said that Trump was over-evaluating his Mar-a-Lago estate, and that was something that had to do with loans and breaks, right? Tax breaks. Come to find out, both of them did the same thing. That's what I'm asking you guys. What do y'all think about the fact that they got caught doing the same thing that they tried to say somebody else did? We're going to keep on moving forward right now because we got to go to Russia. Not Russia gate. But Trump has been asked, who has been holding up the summit with Putin and Zelensky? To be honest with you, I'm a little bit more understanding about Zelensky's side of it. As the year that we've been doing this show, we've been seeing Vladimir Putin really say that he's going to do one thing, but still boom, 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 boom. So I don't fault Zelensky for saying, even if you want to put this summit together, that doesn't mean that Vladimir Putin is going to hold fast to what he's saying as far as his promises. We got to keep on moving forward. Oh, I should have closed that. Sorry, you guys. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. Do your boy a favor. Don't forget to let me know where you're chiming in from. I got 2 more videos before I come to the comments.
In Northern Virginia, officials say that it happened after FBI agents tried to...
No, baby. I'm sorry. Out of line. Let's go. What are you doing? What are you doing? No. Sorry about that. I gotta get it. Oh, man. Oh, does that mean we're gonna have to keep moving? Oh, wait a minute. Let me see something here. What am I talking about over here? I want to get that. Trump asked who is holding up the summit with Putin and Zelensky. We're going to go get that. Matter of fact, we ain't going to go get that. We don't care. It's Russia. Whatever. We're going to keep on moving. We'll get back to that another time. Nothing holds up the line. If the lineup act up, we're going to keep on moving because now I know we can go to Times Square where these 3 people were pow, and a 17-year-old is in custody. Perfect example of what's going on in New York City. And now, what's that? I think they need to, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, let's go. Let's keep on going. Let's get on over here for this right here. I don't even know what this is, to be honest with you. Something just popped up on my headline right here that we don't even have in the lineup. I did not even mess with this right here. I don't even know what that is, so let's go. But we're going to get it. We don't mind.
It ends with shots fired in Times Square this morning. A suspect is in custody, and 3 people are in the hospital suffering bullet wounds. Eyewitness News reporter Marcus Solis is live in Times Square with more. Marcus, good morning.
Good morning, Tony, and many of the individuals involved, teenagers, both the suspect, the victims, all this taking place in the heart of Times Square, 44th Street and 7th Avenue early this morning. So it was around 1:20 when police responded to a call of shots fired here in Times Square. Apparently a 17-year-old and a 19-year-old were having some sort of dispute, and then the gunfire rang out.
Do you guys hear that noise in the background with that constant siren blaring and glaring? That's not just downtown. That is everywhere. I don't know if they paying them to do that or whatever, but it's so stressful to have to constantly hear that going on. But hey, I got to get to New York City. So many people want to come here. Like I said, while y'all coming this way, all of the natives is going to be getting up out of here because we can't stand it. It's going crazy now, man. And thank you so much, Governor Kathy Joku Hoku, and our new police commissioner, who last year was the commissioner for sanitation. Do you guys notice that? You guys knew anything about that? Last year, head of sanitation. Now she is the head of the police. Does have no police experience. So I guess that's why we got this great stuff going on in the city as well.
3 people shot, including that 19-year-old who was involved in the dispute. He was struck in the foot. An 18-year-old woman was grazed in the neck, and then a 65-year-old man was struck in the thigh. All 3 taken to Bellevue Hospital. They are in stable condition. The injuries not considered life-threatening. Again, this happened.
And I know it's aggravating, but guess what? That's what we got to deal with. Y'all want to go to Times Square? Let's take pictures. Let's go hang out. Bop, bop, bop. Out of there. And then we going to get Mom Dami, who doesn't want any police. So we already doing bad since we ain't got no police now. Now watch when Mayor Mom Dami come in and he talking about getting rid of them and putting social workers on the street. So when the pow go around, they're gonna be running up with a notepad. Hey, everybody okay over here? What's going on? Oh, do we need the police? Pow. Oh my God, where the cops at? Then they gonna start running. Yeah, I'm telling you, I don't know what's coming. Brothers and sisters, I don't know what this world is coming to. I really don't. Public Enemy said it the best. We're gonna keep on moving forward. Boy, now we got a man that's been real snobbed, I can't say it, but they can, of his jewelry at gunpoint in New York City in broad daylight. He was at work. He came out the front of his job to go talk to his wife or something like that, talking about what they was going to do, how they going to pay their bills or whatever like that. Next thing you know, some dude just rolls up on him, click, puts it in the air, boom, and says, give me everything. Right on the New York Bronx street. And guess what he's wearing, y'all? A shiesty. He's got on a mask. Why is it okay for people to wear ski masks nowadays, especially when COVID is over? Back in my day when people were wearing ski masks, we looked at those people like they were going to be doing something illegal. Why can't we go back to that? I just have a simple question. Why can't we go back to that? Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Yeah, I'm loaded today. I want common sense to be one of our bottom lines today on our bottom line because we need common sense to come back into our lives immediately. Check this out. It has no audio at all. But watch the approach, watch what he does, and even as the man goes back into his job, he snatches his chain off of his neck, ripping his t-shirt. Pay attention. But yeah, New York, I gotta get to New York. I got to get something to eat in them restaurants. So now he already know if he rush him, he could take him because he's bigger than him. So he keep pushing him back. He's still real snobbing him though. And homeboy looking down the block like to see if anybody gonna come help or whatever. All right, he gave him the watch. Now watch this. Rips his shirt and takes his chain. Yeah. Thank you, New York. Thank you, New York City. The city that never sleeps. Come on down. Come hang out with us. Come get some delicious food. Oh, New York. That's right. The city. That's right, y'all. And then, oh, but Bugatti, why you fear-mongering? Why you fear-mongering? Tell that to that dude right there that was on the phone with his wife talking about he about to come home and do something very innocent and just chill out, right? Tell that to that man. Tell him how his heart is beating up out of his chest right now after that Phil's niring up in the air. Tell that to him. Bugatti's fear-mongering. Well, what y'all got for me in these comments? Let's keep on going. Nerves of steel, shaking my head. I know Liberty. Hey, New York City, my God, New York, WNYC. You really serious about that, bro? Are you serious? That's the W. You might have to go, man. Keep that up. What else? New York is the amped of the world. Hey, that sign says all day free stuff. Oh yeah, it does. I guess black behavior. New York City still gets sued, and a much worse. I thought you were selling TVs. Okay, anyway, let's keep on going, you guys. But y'all saw that, and y'all saw why I keep on talking about patrol cars riding in the streets. Because back in the day, people used to be like, man, you got to be on point out here. So many patrol cars out here. And maybe that guy that was walking with the ski mask on, he would have got profiled, and they would have did a stop and frisk, and he would have been able to get caught before he stole that man, Grills Knob, that man while he was at work. Let's keep on moving forward, y'all. It's just common sense that we're trying to talk about. Now we got to get to the kills and artills now. The cartel takedown from secretary secretly out to destroy foreign drill snug cartels. No longer are we waiting at the border. No longer are we waiting for them to try to bring it in. Trump is basically sending them over there to attack directly when it comes down to the kills and artills now. The cartel, y'all. So basically, we're taking the fight to them instead of waiting for them to bring stuff over here. Want you guys to see this right here. Yeah, here we go right here, the cartel takedown. Y'all ready? Let's go. I don't know what happened with that lineup.
I want you to look at the contraband that's in front of me. We have 20 kilograms of fentanyl that's in front of me on this table. That's enough to kill 10 million people. The work that we do is to protect people and make sure that we remove these weapons and drugs off of our streets and hold those criminals accountable who would go forward and continue to use that to harm individuals.
Cartels are now officially in the Pentagon's crosshairs. And it's not just the wall anymore. Trump ordered the kill shot. The days of local drug busts and random motels, they were fun, but that's Breaking Bad stuff. Trump wants to take the fight to El Chapo's front yard.
We're talking about sending military forces to fight against the drug cartels in Latin America. Do you think it's worth sending our forces, our U.S. forces there to take this on?
Cartels where?
Central Latin America.
Well, Latin America's got a lot of cartels. They've got a lot of drugs flowing. So, we want to protect our country. We have to protect our country. We haven't been doing it for 4 years. And we love this country like they love their countries. We have to protect our country. So, we're playing a tough game.
According to the New York Times, behind the scenes, Trump's moving all the pieces into place to pull this off. Mexico's got a big problemo.
Yes, but it has nothing to do with Mexican territory. It has to do with their country. It does not involve our territory.
So it would be within the United States?
Within the United States, exactly.
El Presidente doesn't comprehende. This isn't a Mexican standoff, this is an order. The CIA is already flying surveillance drones over Mexican territory, gathering intel on the battle space. And Trump's not sending diplomats, he's sending Hegseth, maybe with a new title.
Secretary of Defense, Secretary of War, Department of Defense, Department of War.
Well, that's what it was for many, many years. You gave me that knife hand, Will. We'll see. Stand by. I don't get in front of the commander-in-chief on that. But our job is to ensure our enemies know exactly what they will do to them if they threaten us, up to and including total war. So.
All right, y'all. We're going to keep on moving forward. People in the comments, I'm going to answer you, right? I'm not scared. I don't run away from everything. I don't run away from anything. Here we go. You guys are asking me what's my political party. Let me tell you, I am not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not an independent. What I am is a human being. I created this platform for people that we can come together and say what we feel, because I went to platforms before, and if I wasn't in direct alignment with the host, they kicked me out, or they didn't really like what I was saying or what I was doing. I never was trolling, but if I didn't like what they were saying, it wasn't like I was comfortable there. So what we did is created our bottom line, a place where everybody can come, Republicans, Democrats, and independents. Because guess what? If you create a debate stage, you have communication. After you have communication, you have the opportunity to talk about moving forward, even if you guys don't agree on everything. We're human beings, and we should be able to work with each other no matter what. That's what I am. We're going to keep on moving forward because Michigan's former Pontiac school security guard has been arrested for impregnating that teenager I told you guys about. And I'm loving the way that they're cracking down and getting these people where it matters, especially when it comes down to our schools. Got to be careful about these people out here because it's not good what they're doing out here. They're messing around with our kids and we don't play it. So Michigan, come to the front of the stage, please.
Top story tonight, a school security guard is facing child sexual assault charges tonight in Oakland County.
This is where he worked, right here at the Pontiac Academy for Excellence, a K-12 charter school. Let's get out to Erica Erickson live tonight at the school. Erica, this investigation has been going on for a long time.
They got him.
Yeah, that's right. According to the case report, Auburn Hills police became involved when they learned a teen had become pregnant by a man in his 30s.
Jesus Christ.
Now a registered sex offender, former security guard at Pontiac Academy for Excellence, 35-year-old Marcos Rolon Rivera, now in jail for criminal sexual conduct.
He had worked at a school for 10 years at a position of authority over a 16-year-old. It's very unfortunate.
Auburn Hills police receiving a call from Child Protective Services in August of last year that the then 34-year-old had impregnated the teen. Police learning the female student had been walking to school in April of 2024 after her school bus had broken down when
Mr. Rivera, supposedly was driving by, stopped, offered to give her a ride to school, which she agreed.
But instead, the security guard taking the teen to eat, then to have sex at this Auburn Hills hotel. The girl, according to police, taken to school after that, then never seeing or hearing from Rivera, who was married with kids, again.
The school told us he was actually terminated supposedly in July of 2024 for not showing up to work.
The school not responding to our request for comment yet. Police say during the investigation, Rivera chose not to speak with police. Rivera was also in the process of becoming a reserve deputy for the Oakland County Sheriff's Office.
Wow.
They tell us as they learned more about him, they removed him from the program before he ever worked as a reserve.
Duh.
Rivera found guilty in June.
I feel for the victim's family, and I hopefully she's able to move forward from this.
So talk about background checks, right? Talk about background checks. That wasn't a thorough background check at all for Rivera. And just like that, I'm sorry, you guys, they need to give him to the community. They don't need to do anything as far as put him in prison. I would say, you know what, give him to the village. Because some things that need to be taken care of by the streets. So this way people could be like, yo, you remember what they did the last time? They let that other sucker, they gave him to the streets and them people just went crazy. Let the people in the streets and the family members determine what's going to happen to him. How about that from now on? I bet you there'd be a whole bunch of people straightening up and flying right, straightening up for real talk. Give him to the family. Give him to the family. We're going to keep on moving forward, you guys, because Tulsi Gabbard, she's speaking about Russiagate. Information, these whistleblowers and the origination of this. I'm going to let Tulsi talk about this because this here, it kind of shows me that her job, she's really good at her job, you guys. Let me get it. Where you at, Tulsi? Right there. This person here, I know you guys probably don't agree with me. She's good at her job.
James Clapper was on the team that manufactured intelligence assessment that led to the Iraq war, about the Iraq WMDs. He writes about it in his book, saying that he and his team of intelligence analysts created something that was not there.
Okay.
When you look at his actions then, and you look at his actions in 2016 as Obama's director of national intelligence, you see someone who has no problem whatsoever politicizing and manufacturing and weaponizing intelligence for a political outcome.
I mean, that generation of intelligence leaders, whether it be Clapper or Mike Morell, who instigated the Dirty 51 letter saying that Hunter Biden's laptop was Russian disinformation, John Brennan, all of them are of the same ilk. They were all there at the beginning of the Iraq lie, and here they are, the Russia collusion lie, the Hunter Biden laptop lie. What will happen to them? Because I can't imagine, they got away with it with Iraq. If they get away with it with Russia, the Russia hoax, what's ever going to stop it?
Accountability.
And does that mean
Accountability
jail?
has to take place.
Is that
All right, y'all, because I know y'all don't care about that. What y'all really care about is Epstein, and y'all feel kind of like me. There's a whole lot of other stuff coming out besides Jeffrey Epstein and them files, right? You feel like they just covering everything up. Like, why don't y'all just release the files? It's like a movie that's like the premiere. When are y'all gonna release the files? Release the files. And whoever that is trying to make a comment about my jacket, trying to say it's too small, it's too big. No, it's not. It actually fits perfectly. I got the arms, the arms cuffed up a little bit, but as far as everything else goes, I am a 44 homeboy. I do 400 push-ups a day. And let me ask you a question. How many jackets you got? I bet you ain't even got one. Don't mess with me, homeboy, because I am the one. Don't play with me. He don't even got one, y'all. And when he do put his suit on, he look like he going to church. He don't even look right. He don't even look comfortable. He take pictures like this. This how he be in pictures, y'all. Talking about my jacket too small. He be looking like this. He be like this. He be like, yo, calm down, loosen yourself up. Let me tell you a secret to all the OGs and all of the youngsters in the building. If you have a suit, put it on for no reason sometimes. You know why? Because then when you do wear it, you're not going to look like you got on your Sunday's best like this fool. Let's go on over to St. Louis, where we got this man that's attempting to attack a lady at the laundromat until some good Samaritans go in and help her out. This is what I do hope that more people do, but it doesn't happen a lot. And I think that a lot of people don't get involved because you might get your head knocked in. Something might happen to you. So I don't know. A lot of people don't think to help out no more, but they actually did, and that's cool about them.
Well, it started as a regular day at the laundromat, but then it turned into a very scary situation. A woman came face to face with a man with a bat before two men took him down, and a security camera captured it all. ABC 24's Ezekiel Telemaco joins us now. Ezekiel, you talked exclusively with the victim and the customers who came to her rescue. Is that right?
Yep. So it's a pretty crazy story, honestly. And this happened at Ellie's Laundromat on South Pauline Street, and it started when workers banned a man from the property, and then it took a violent turn when he attempted to come back.
I was drying and washing his clothes, and he told me that I didn't need to be on my phone. And I was like, huh? I didn't understand what he was saying at first because I didn't hear him. So I was like, huh? And he was like, you don't need to be on your phone. I was like, why not? He was like, because he was washing his clothes or something.
What?
And I was like, okay. And then he had left.
Hendricks says she thought that was the end of it, but minutes later,
She
police
seems
say
so
Joseph
cute. That's
Thieck
why I
came
wanted to
back,
play
and this
this. This
time
is funny.
he was yelling at customers and swinging an orange baseball bat. That's when two customers, Donald Young and Reginald Harris, stepped in.
I was glad I was able to hold him down instead of shoot him, because we have enough of that going on in the city, and I think it betrays the city in a negative light.
Harris says he never came to the laundromat expecting to be a hero, but he thinks it's everyone's responsibility to help each other.
I didn't come in here to be a hero. I came here to wash clothes. But I think you need to interact where you see a need.
We don't need another hero. We just need someone to all we want is... We do need heroes out here, because ain't no damn police. All I'm trying to tell you guys is be careful, because if he would have pulled out a jigger or a pow, it would have been a different story. We're going to keep on moving forward, because now we got to go to the Bronx in New York, where we got these unwanted visitors using D-rugs around children. Hey, you can't do nothing about this. And guess what? Again, you got no police, nobody getting involved in situations. This is what you're going to have going on. This is what you're going to have going on, y'all. And homeboy, you getting me a little tight about my suits. I got more suits than you got underwear, and I know you don't have but 2 pair, so you need to calm down. I got about 15 suits, and I'm sure you don't even have one. Ask the chat. Chat, do me a favor. Tell this fool how many suits Bugatti got. Would you please let this fool know what's going on? It's not a game over here. I put these suits on like I put on T-shirts, fool. Let's go.
Now, it's been 4 weeks since barriers were put up around Roberto Clemente Plaza in an effort to improve the quality of life in the area. While the plaza is now empty, people in the area say the barriers have created new problems. News 12's Jody Juliana Powell is at NYCHA's Patterson houses, where residents say they've been getting
Bye, J-Rock.
unwanted company.
This is what happens when you mess with the
barriers
boss.
went up.
Bam!
The courtyard behind the Patterson houses, there's tables, chairs, and even a basketball court behind me where kids are playing. Recently, residents tell me that they've been seeing people openly doing drugs in this courtyard. Now let's get right to those pictures that a resident sent to us. You can see a group of at least 4 people sitting on these benches doing drugs just feet away from a basketball court where kids usually play. Residents tell me they took these pictures around 2 in the afternoon and had to chase these drug users out of the courtyard. They say this has become a daily issue ever since the barriers went up around the plaza. Today, we even saw someone sleeping on these benches. We spoke to the 3rd Avenue bid, who acknowledges people moving into the area and says there is still more that needs to be done to address the drug use.
I think that they need to approach some of those people, see what the problem is, and see if they can get them off the street. Because I think if they were an illegal immigrant, they would probably give them money, food stamps, shelter, might even move them into a nice, posh Park Avenue hotel, huh? Yeah, concentrate on your own before you help anybody else. That's why when you get on the plane, everybody, they tell you, look, put on your mask first and then help the person next to you, because you can't help nobody if you there. Exactly. Do me a favor. We've been moving and grooving since 6 o'clock in the morning. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Become a member. Hit that notification bell right there so that you can know anytime that we're on. And yeah, we had to get J-Rock up out of here, because anybody that can mess with me at 6 o'clock in the morning, you need something else better to do. I'm telling you, your life is not right and you don't got enough going on in it. So guess what? We're going to smack you in the head like Big Brother normally do, and we'll let you go ahead and play with somebody else your own age, because we don't play that around here. Everybody in the chat, do your boy a favor. Double tap that screen, like I said, because we got so much more coming. Yes, we got Epstein information. We're going to be talking about Virginia Giuffre. I'm just trying to make sure enough people get up in here, and let's keep on moving forward, because what we got right now, we've got carte blanche. President Trump's lawyer is now the head of the Department of Justice. Is that the Department of Justice? I don't know his position. You guys do me a favor in the chat, because you're going to correct me anyway. What is, what's his name? His position. I need to know that, because that's basically what we have coming up right now. His name is Blanche. And basically they're trying to say that Trump put him in position to make sure that he is okay when it comes down to the Jeffrey Epstein files. Let's get into it, you guys. It's time to go. Let's get it.
A year ago, he was Donald Trump's criminal defense attorney. Todd Blanche defended Trump in the Stormy Daniels hush money trial. Trump was convicted on all 34 counts. Today, he's an assistant attorney general of the United States. What's he doing? Flying to Florida to talk with sex trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell, convicted in the Epstein criminal case. Here's what Donald Trump had to say about the convicted sex trafficker.
I wish her well. Whatever it is, I just wish her well, frankly.
So what do you think Donald Trump's former criminal defense lawyer is doing, talking behind closed doors with Donald Trump's old friend, Ghislaine Maxwell?
We don't want to comment about the substance of the meeting for obvious reasons.
Come on, do they think we're that stupid? Maxwell knows everything. She'd love a pardon.
She answered all the questions truthfully, honestly, and to the best of her ability.
Yeah, Donald Trump thinks we're that stupid. Release the Epstein files. Now.
All right, let's go, y'all. We got to stack this deck. We're going to get into this Epstein information. Now we got to get over here with Ghislaine Maxwell. Want to get into this clip right here. We're going to start it going on. Let's go. We got Ghislaine Maxwell reportedly cleared Donald Trump of any wrongdoings when it came down to the Jeffrey Epstein case. She basically said he had nothing to do with anything. So let's let them tell it.
During this, publicly releasing the transcript of a Justice Department official's 2-day interview with Ghislaine Maxwell last month.
Our national correspondent, Alana Austin, joins us live from Washington outside the DOJ headquarters with the very latest. Alana, good morning.
Hi, Sean and Emma. Good morning. Of course, members of the public, the American people, have questions about the individuals that were in Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell's social circles. Reportedly, upwards of 100 individuals were asked to Maxwell in recent meetings with top Department of Justice officials, and it remains unclear exactly what she told them. Now, the question is whether Attorney General Pam Bondi will be making any of those conversations open to the public. Now, we know those meetings took place with Attorney General, the Deputy AG, Todd Blanche, meeting with Maxwell's legal team over 2 days. It spanned 9 hours, those conversations. Maxwell reportedly told officials she never saw President Donald Trump do anything concerning. Now, some reports indicate the release to the public of the transcripts or the audio recordings could come as soon as this week. Maxwell, the convicted accomplice of sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, the late sex offender that is, she was moved to another prison in Bryan, Texas late last week. This follows those meetings that took place in Tallahassee, Florida. Now, her attorneys are appealing her conviction, taking it all the way up to the U.S. Supreme Court. Now, the president is receiving questions about the decision to relocate Maxwell to a more relaxed facility.
Two questions for you. One, were you aware of and did you personally approve the prison transfer for Ghislaine Maxwell that your Justice Department?
I didn't know about it at all. No, I read about it just like you did.
And do you believe that she is?
It's not a very uncommon thing.
Do you believe that she's credible to be listening to? Your Deputy Attorney General sat down with her recently.
Well, let me tell you, he's a very talented man. His name is Todd Blanche. He's a very legitimate person, very high. I just a very highly thought of person, respected by everybody. And I didn't talk to him about it, but I will tell you that whatever he asked would be totally appropriate.
Okay, a lot of people in the comments do not agree with that. They do not agree with her getting any pardon. They don't even agree with her getting sent to Bryan, Texas, to the minimum security club fed vacation. The club fed that they sent her to. People are really not happy about that either, especially the victims. And you guys, if you were here yesterday, y'all saw what I'm talking about. We're going to keep on moving forward. We're still chipping away at it. We got Patrick McKerney, who discusses the Epstein grand jury files. These transcripts are from the files that reveal that there's claims that Palm Beach County Police knew that Jeffrey Epstein was paying underage girls for sex. Palm Beach County, y'all got to step to the front of the stage right here, because we've been digging and we've been finding out a whole lot of new information right now, and we peeling the onion back for real. We're not playing right now. Let's go. What we got right here? Patrick, step to the front. Let's go.
Jeffrey Epstein's grand jury transcripts from 2006 revealed Palm Beach County prosecutors knew Epstein was paying teenage girls for sexual favors.
Yeah, but despite the evidence and the testimony against the late sex offender, county prosecutors only filed a single charge of soliciting prostitution.
Tonight, there's little question the state attorney's office failed Jeffrey Epstein's victim. CBS 12's Victoria DeCardenas joins us live with more perspective. Victoria?
Yeah, a former sex crimes prosecutor says the Palm Beach County State Attorney's Office had a lock-em-up attitude, especially when it came to crimes against children, and why Jeffrey Epstein was able to walk away with a slap on the wrist for what seemed like a clear crime involving underage girls can't easily be explained. The 170 pages of unsealed grand jury testimony involving Jeffrey Epstein's alleged activities with high school girls at his Palm Beach mansion make it clear prosecutors knew about his behavior. In 2006, multiple victims described in graphic detail how Epstein recruited and sexually assaulted them at his home. But 2 years later, in 2008, Epstein got what can only be described as a sweetheart deal in Palm Beach County, pleading guilty to 2 charges of soliciting of prostitution, a circumstance that surprised many at the time, including former Palm Beach County prosecutor Patrick McKerney, who worked in the sex crimes unit but was not assigned to Epstein's case.
You know, the whole office was abuzz with this case because he was one of the who's who, and it was probably one of the biggest cases we had over a 5-year period in that office.
McKerney says the state attorney's office at the time was tough on crime, especially with the abuse of children. He believes the billionaire's connections in politics and legal circles probably had something to do with how things turned out, but that doesn't absolve the state attorney's office.
We got to keep on going, y'all, because there's so many layers to this thing right here. Now we got a situation where, why? We're going right to the heading right now. Trump. Why was Jeffrey Epstein afraid of Trump? Why was he afraid? I'm not even going to tell it. I'm going to let you guys watch this clip. We have to realize that there's people that actually know these people before they were president, before they were in office, and before they were billionaires. Jeffrey Epstein, I'm saying, right? People knew this man on his way up as well as what he was doing. Check this out. We've got another person here, Michael Wolff, who can detail why Jeffrey Epstein was afraid of Trump. Also has a lot of inside information because he was around during the time when Epstein was entertaining his guests. I don't know if he was a willing participant or whatever, but the information that this individual has, I have to say, was very detailed. So I actually dealt with the back and forth when it came to the camera and the little, the way that he spoke. I'm gonna try to get as much as possible. You guys are gonna let me know when to cut this off.
But the other thing, which does make entire amount of sense, because this, what do rich guys fall out over? Always real estate, again and again and again. So what happened here, and this is Epstein's version, is that he believed himself to be the high bidder on a piece of property in Palm Beach. His bid was $36 million. He thought that he had this deal. He took his friend Trump with him to look at the property, to advise him on moving the swimming pool. At which point Trump goes around his back and bids $40 million. There was the additional aspect of this that Epstein knew that Trump did not have $40 million. So therefore, his assumption was that he was fronting for someone. And that very well may have been true, since this house was then this house bought for $40 million was sold 95. In, I don't know, within maybe it was 18 months for $96 million.
Yeah.
So that
to a guy I met and know, Dmitry Rybolovlev, I believe.
Right. So the theory would have been that Rybolovlev was always the buyer, had used Trump as the front man. He bought the house, and that would be a pretty classic money laundering scheme. But then further, because Epstein said that he began to make trouble for Trump about this.
Watch this,
threatening to go to the press. This was that Trump was not a real buyer. Trump was the front man. At which point Epstein believed that, as he said, that Trump. I'm trying to think who said this, because it may have been Trump that bragged using the phrase "drop a dime." Anyway, somebody used the phrase to drop a dime on Epstein, and that is to call the police and say that and tell them what was going on at Epstein's house, which Trump surely knew, because Trump spent an enormous amount of time there.
So he basically saying, man, listen here, go ahead and take that smack on the wrist, or I'm gonna drop a dime on you. Remember that movie? Y'all remember Belly, right? Ain't gonna be making, I'm hating on this. Can't be coming up in here making all that money. Have to drop a dime on his ass. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? That's the way that they do it, because Jeffrey Epstein took some money from somebody else. When they're at the top, they don't do what we do, you guys. They don't bang that nail and do all types of stuff to get richer. No, they go around, oh, what deal is he about to do? What deal is he about to do? That's what's called sharking. You got to be a shark when you're doing that, when you got big money like that. You got to know how to play the game at that level. We're going to keep on moving forward. I want you to get a descriptive idea of who we're talking about right now. We're going to get to the inside of the court case that ended the humiliation that praises Prince Andrew. This right here, I want you guys to see what's happening right here. Inside the court case that ended and humiliated the praise of Prince Andrew. This is it right here. This is part of Prince Andrew's demise, when he said that, oh, I never had nothing to do with that lady. I never touched that lady. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Let's get into it real quick, because he settled for, let's say, 12 million when it comes to pounds, 12 million when it comes to pounds, and 20 million when it comes to United States currency. So if you didn't do anything, why are you settling out of court, brother? For that much money? Let's keep on going. Let's keep on going. I think the king said, oh yeah, we're going to settle this out for you. But after that, that's it. We're going to really get into this right here. Come on, Prince Andrew.
This one tells so many more. We'll never exactly know, but it's also probably worth about $20 million. That's the speculated amount Prince Andrew will pay Virginia Giuffre to settle a legal case she brought against him. She says when she was 17, she was trafficked to the prince by the pedophile businessman Jeffrey Epstein, ably assisted by his sex offender partner, Ghislaine Maxwell. Despite the photograph, Andrew has always denied ever meeting, let alone having sex with Miss Giuffre.
He said that's not his hand.
But he's been so discredited, these days it's difficult to believe anything the disgraced royal says.
The downfall of a duke stripped of every military title given by his mother and no longer known as HRH, the Queen casts out her favourite son.
It's the photograph that brought down a prince.
From the investigations that we've done, you can't prove whether or not that photograph is faked or not.
Prince Andrew happily posing with Virginia Giuffre, who was then just 17.
This is a real photo.
And that was the first time you met him?
And that's the very first time I met him. And that's right before I was abused by him.
It is the crucial evidence in the civil suit Virginia has brought against the prince, accusing him of sexual abuse on 3 separate occasions.
So why'd you pay?
When you learned,
Why did you pay?
After the first time, that it was to happen a second time.
Why
and
did
then
you
it was to
pay?
happen a third time. What was your reaction to that?
Disgusted every time. Just absolutely disgusted.
Why did he pay, y'all?
Recollection of ever meeting this lady.
Oh, come on.
But others do. Virginia's former boyfriend now speaks out against Prince Andrew.
I didn't think it was like royalty included in any of this. And then when I heard that, how much bigger can you get than that?
Prince Andrew, hours ago, agreed to a settlement.
Then the shock announcement.
Watch what
There's
happened.
no admission of liability by the Duke.
From denial to capitulation.
Prince Andrew regrets his association with Epstein and commends the bravery of Miss Giuffre and other survivors.
The prince abandons the legal fight.
In terms of the funding, around £12 million.
Opting to pay out rather than show up in court.
I actually would have expected him to try
Not let it get to
settle
court.
before we brought the litigation.
And we were on the inside in the final hours as the finer details
Oh, come on, we
of
need
this
this.
momentous
This
negotiation
the part.
were hammered out.
I knew it was not going to be an easy road.
Right
he
here.
has very good lawyers and a lot of resources.
But not enough to protect him from palace sources, now prepared to expose the real Prince Andrew. Did Prince Andrew have a nickname at that time?
It was called the...
Yeah, y'all. Yeah, why would you settle for $20 million if you didn't do anything wrong? And like they said right after that, the Duke of Earl got kicked up out of the Emperor house. He has no more responsibilities. He's at all. Don't come to the ball at all. Shut him down. You know what the king probably said? Look here. You made us look bad. First, his mother, the queen said, you're done. And then King, what's his name? King Charles, I'm sorry, said, you know what? You have no more royal names. You have no more royal responsibility. It's a wrap for your boy. Jeffrey Epstein's brother is kind of shady as well. We got a little bit of informative information about his brother. How did he ascertain some of the properties that some of the people that Jeffrey Epstein was working for in high positions? So this wasn't just one person. And y'all talking about the P. Diddy trial when it come down to RICO. There's so many different pieces of this puzzle right here. This is ridiculous. They saying his brother's kinda shady. Well, I think he's more shady than kinda.
Clients with over $1 billion in net assets. But the ties between Mark Epstein's businesses and those of his brother don't end there. The units Mark Epstein owns in 301 East 66th Street were previously owned by none other than Les Wexner, owner of L Brands and a man who has extensive ties to Jeffrey Epstein.
So all of a sudden now his brother got those properties. Okay.
In the words of the New York Times, quote, within years of meeting Jeffrey Epstein, Mr. Wexner handed him sweeping powers over his finances, philanthropy, and private life, according to interviews with people who knew the men, as well as court documents and financial records. This connection between Jeffrey Epstein and Les Wexner could be an entire episode of its own, but for the purposes of brevity, we'll just keep it there. Jeffrey was also reportedly at a meet and greet organized ahead of Mark's purchase of the property for an undisclosed sum. On top of that, several associates of Jeffrey Epstein's have also registered businesses
in that
to
location.
the building. Nadia Marcinkova, who Epstein reportedly referred to as slave when he, quote, purchased her from her parents in the former Yugoslavia, once registered her aviation business to the building, as did Sarah Kellen, Jeffrey Epstein's one-time close associate who allegedly recruited young girls for him. Epstein's lawyer, Darren Indyke, who was mentioned in my previous video about Epstein's will, also was reported to have a corporate address in the building for nearly a decade. Jeffrey Epstein's own foundation, Epstein Interests, even had an office in the building. Jeffrey Epstein's ex-girlfriend had an apartment in Mark's building, as did his business partner Jean-Luc Brunel. If that name sounds familiar, it's because Brunel was accused of using his modeling agencies as a means by which to traffic foreign girls to Epstein and others before he was arrested.
That's right.
And, like Epstein, was later found dead in his Paris jail cell in what authorities ruled a suicide.
Yeah, okay. We got to keep on moving, you guys. There's so many, like he said, Epstein spins a web. It's so much when it comes down to this. Now we got some more. We have more. We got this international trills trafficking ring that's talking about Virginia Giuffre in her last days, because Virginia has a lot to talk about before she left here. She left specific instructions as well as letting people know that she was not suicidal. So if anything were to happen to her, please let them know that's not something that I was ready to do. I want to be here. I love my kids and I love my life, she was basically saying.
Scandal include His Royal Highness Prince Andrew. Tonight you'll hear shocking stories from very brave women demanding justice. Among them, Virginia Roberts Giuffre, who stumbled into a dark and insidious world she had no power to escape until she found sanctuary in Australia. Today, this opulent Manhattan mansion sits empty, abandoned by its owner, the disgraced and now dead Jeffrey Epstein.
It's hard. It's really hard being back here.
But Virginia Roberts Giuffre is determined that Epstein's terrible secrets will not be buried with him.
Being a kid, I didn't even really realize what world I was being brought into.
The world within these walls was inconceivable. A horror house of sexual abuse and international sex trafficking.
I was abused by people that I can't even mention here. There's a lot of scars hidden behind those walls. It should be ripped down. It should be burned to the ground. Some of my worst memories are from this place.
Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Jeffrey Epstein led a privileged life. His extraordinary wealth on show around the world.
Money, 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 money.
He had his...
Can't do that because of the song in the back, and I ain't even go that far the first time. So we're going to keep on moving forward, because guess what? Yeah, I got more, and this is even more important than everything else that I played earlier. Don't go nowhere. It gets real serious right here. I want you guys to make sure that you guys stick around for this part right here. Because after she went and did that interview, after they know that she moved to Australia to buy her farm, Virginia Giuffre's Dillsneth is shocking her lawyer as well as her family. They don't believe the suicide. They do not believe that Virginia committed suicide, because guess what? She even left a letter telling them that she wouldn't do nothing like that. So I got to get into this real quick. Let's go.
Local and visible accuser of Jeffrey Epstein and Prince Andrew. She was found dead on her farm outside Perth, Australia over the weekend, less than a month after she made headlines again after posting a picture of herself in a hospital bed saying she had just days to live. There are also now reportedly questions about what will happen to the money that Prince Andrew paid her in an out-of-court settlement in 2022. We're on the case presented by Law and Crime. I'm Chris Stewart. Point involving Virginia Roberts Giuffre. On April 25th, she was found dead at her home outside Perth, Australia. Giuffre was American, but she moved to Australia in 2020 with her husband. The couple had 3 children, all teenagers. Giuffre and her husband had been in the middle of a custody dispute at the time of her death. Some members of Giuffre's family say they aren't ready to determine how she died. Her dad, who's named Sky Roberts, told TMZ he wants her death investigated. He points to social media posts like this one that his daughter made in 2019 where she writes, quote, "I am making it publicly known that in no way, shape, or form am I suicidal. I have made this known to my therapist and GP. If something happens to me, in the sake of my family, do not let this go away and help me protect them. Too many evil people want to see me quieted." Giuffre's lawyer also spoke to UK media outlet The Sun and said, quote, "When I got the call, I was like, are you joking? Because there was no sign that was something she was considering." To understand what Virginia Giuffre may have been dealing with at the time of her death, you have to go back to the beginning to understand how so many people learned her name. Giuffre claimed that Jeffrey Epstein trafficked her when she was a minor. She says that she was forced to have sex with Prince Andrew 3 times when she was just 17 years old. This is the now infamous picture that was included in her lawsuit against the prince. It shows Giuffre and Prince Andrew and convicted trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell smiling at the camera in the background. Prince Andrew and Giuffre settled out of court in 2022 after she sued Andrew.
A picture's worth 1,000 words. You got Ghislaine in the picture, you got Andrew in the picture, and you got the victim. You think the rest of the story ain't true? And then all of a sudden you're gonna pay it out? So let's eat all around the cake, the edge of the cake, and let's not get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop is what they're trying to tell us, right? We stupid. Y'all do me a favor, let's double tap that screen because we gotta get more people over here. Come on, double tap, share, like. We got it right now. Y'all know how we do over here. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. Come on, let's go.
The year prior, Prince Andrew has denied sleeping with Giuffre. In fact, he denied ever meeting her. In a now infamous 2019 interview with the BBC, he said this about Virginia Giuffre when she accused him of having sex with her in 2001 in London.
I have no recollection of ever meeting this lady. None whatsoever.
You don't remember meeting her?
No.
Giuffre had claimed the prince bought her drinks and they dined together and danced together at a posh, members-only nightclub in London. Prince Andrew said he never spent time with Giuffre, and he claimed the date she claimed that they were together, he was actually with his kids. He went on to say that he didn't know where the bar was in the nightclub because he says he doesn't drink. And in what?
Hold up. Wait. All my niggas that be thinking we soft, we gone. Wait, we gonna rock until the wheels come off. Hold up. Wait, all my niggas that be acting too bold. Take a, yeah. You don't drink, do you? Think I wasn't gonna do some homework? Prince Andrew with a drink. Then we got Prince Andrew when he visits the distillery. We got Prince Andrew, celebrity golf challenge with Rolex. He's got a burr. We got him with some champagne over here, taking another sip with Getty Images. And let's keep on rolling. But he don't drink, y'all. Let's keep going.
Was an infamous moment in that interview. Andrew disputed Giuffre's description of him profusely sweating. He said this to the BBC in that 2019 interview.
Oh, this is a doozy.
There's a slight problem with the sweating.
Watch this.
Because I have a peculiar medical condition, which is that I don't sweat.
Oh yeah, he's a
I
lizard.
didn't sweat.
He's a lizard,
Giuffre
y'all.
claimed that
He's
she
a
met
lizard
the
now.
prince through Ghislaine Maxwell.
Oh,
The former
God.
socialite is now a convicted sex offender. Here's her mugshot from 2022 at the Metro Detention Center in New York.
He's now reptilian. He's admitted to not sweating. He's a reptile. That's basically what he's trying to say to us, right? Oh my God.
Is currently serving 20 years in prison on 5 sex trafficking charges related to the now dead Jeffrey Epstein. He, of course, died in his jail cell in 2019 after he was arrested on federal sex trafficking charges. The medical examiner said he hung himself. I want to take a moment to talk about something important.
No, I don't. I want to go see who her father was. We need to know who Robert was. Let's get a little bit of information about who Robert Maxwell was, the creator of the other monster that I know as Ghislaine Maxwell, because I ain't got no problem going against your homegirl. Let me at you. I'll splat you. I'll splat you. I ain't playing no games. The notorious Ghislaine Maxwell. See what her father was about and what her upbringing was like.
61. And pretty much the same week that Ghislaine was born, the oldest son, Michael, was very badly injured in a car crash and indeed was in a coma for the next 7 years.
The whole family were completely shattered.
That's her
because
brother.
He was in many ways, he was the leader of the tribe, he was the apple of my parents' eyes, and so on.
Ghislaine's brother.
And Ghislaine was, to an extent, really ignored.
So much so that aged about 4, she walks into her mother's room one day and stamps her foot and says, you know, Mummy, I exist.
Ghislaine's mother wrote in her book that Ghislaine actually suffered from anorexia when she was just 3 or 4 years old. I mean, that is pretty shocking.
Ghislaine's my youngest sister. Her nickname is Sprat. S-P-R-A-T, Sprat. It's the smallest little fish in the ocean. It was a name given to her by our father. And so I always start my letters, Darling Sprat. We're a very, very close family. We have a very strong father. If you've got an alpha male father in your life, you tend, as children, to cling together.
Betty Maxwell, in her book, says that he would shout and threaten and rant at the children until they were reduced to pulp. That's a quote.
So Ghislaine is 7.
Ghislaine has spoken about her early life, and she said it was lots of stick and very little praise, but she said it was also inspiring.
She was ostensibly her father's favourite daughter. He treated her like he did all his children. One moment they were in favour, one minute they were not.
I think she was a little spoiled. I think I could see that. Maybe it was my parents feeling guilty that they had ignored her really for the first few years of her life.
She didn't have any reason to worry while her father was alive. He even set her up with a job with one of the football teams that he had owned.
And he installed her in the management. So at the age of 22, she is now suddenly among the executives at a football club. Glenn did various work for her father's Mirror Group newspapers. Her father had started these sweepstakes.
I'm waiting to make one of you a millionaire.
Maxwell enlisted Ghislaine to help promote the sweepstakes. There's a photograph of her standing in a messy office with all the entries strewn about the floor.
The Maxwells were mixing with people right at the top of British society, and members of the royal family were part of this circle. Prince Andrew has spoken about his friendship with Ghislaine, and he met her when she was at Oxford University.
She had very good connections because she was very well educated. She was the son of her father, the daughter of her father.
I'm not even sure if I realised what a socialite was then, but I suppose she was becoming a socialite.
Yep, wanted you guys to see that. We went from the origination, saw where she connected with Prince Andrew, and guess what? The father passed right after that. They're trying to say it was suicide on his own boat, but they said it's a little shaky. They don't really believe that. So guess what happened? Of course, she had to find another bank, had to find another financier. And who was that? Freaky deaky, Jeffrey Epstein. Boom, 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 and let the chips fall. That's what kept on going. We got to keep on going. Epstein's author of a book called The Spider is concerned about Ghislaine Maxwell, and they're saying that they might strike a deal. I still don't think that they need to strike a deal with this person because of the fact that she was Geppetto in bringing the young kids and the young juveniles to this man. It's not right. You guys do me a favor, double tap that screen. I really appreciate it. Let's get this content out there to as much possible people that we can. Until we actually get the files, we're going in and we're getting as much as we can from everywhere else.
Well, thanks for having me on. Listen, the cameras is certainly paramount to, understanding the criminality of Jeffrey Epstein's 2 decades of sex trafficking. What's interesting to me, as I reported in my book, The Spider, is that back in the early 90s, when Jeffrey Epstein was initially based in Palm Beach at his home there in Florida, he actually went to the Palm Beach police and told them that he suspected that some of his employees might have been stealing from him. So he asked the Palm Beach police, could they help him install secret video cameras in his home? And so the irony here is that Jeffrey Epstein initially had the help of local police to put in these secret cameras. Now, nobody was stealing from him. He wanted the cameras in his home so he could record his own sexual activities with these young women and children. But also, it's possible that these cameras may have recorded actions involving some of his wealthy friends and some of his victims. And to me, that is really the most disturbing. Now, we also know that Jeffrey Epstein not only had cameras in Palm Beach, but he had secret cameras at his homes in New York, here in Manhattan, his island, Little St. James in the Virgin Islands, his ranch in New Mexico, the Zorro Ranch, and I believe also his apartment that he had in Paris, France. So this was a man who was extensively taping what was going on in his life and in his crimes over the course of 2 decades. And where are those tapes? As I pointed out in a New York Times opinion piece last week, asking what's in the Epstein files that the government is holding back. Let us look at the evidence that shows that there were videotapes. I'm not saying that the public should actually see these very disturbing videos and the still images that Jeffrey Epstein had. But what I'm interested in is the FBI agents, did they attempt to look at this evidence and attempt to go after any other individuals who were seen on videotape? To me, that's the most interesting thing.
It's interesting to us too, and I'm glad you said that, because it's not just about the files. You know what it's also about, you guys? We talked about the victim accounts, because guess what? The victims can corroborate and substantiate some of these people and say the names, the dates, and all of this lying about, I didn't do it. Why are you paying somebody $20 million? Let me ask you guys a question. We're going to do common sense here. This is what we do here at our bottom line. Common sense. How many people, if you was a millionaire and somebody threatened you and say, I'm going to sue you, and if you don't give me $20 million, if you would give them $20 million without letting them take you to court for no reason, I want you to put your hands up like, no, thumbs down. You ain't giving them no $20 million. If you're not going to give them no $20 million, but if you would give them $20 million for them just saying that you did something that you know you didn't do, and you a millionaire now, you got about 100 million, but they want 20 because they claiming that you did something. Now, if you didn't do it, thumbs down, thumbs up. Which one of you guys, y'all going to pay? Y'all going to pay somebody if y'all didn't do it. So thumbs down if you going to pay and you know you ain't do it. Thumbs up, hands up if basically you're going to just pay it without any accountability. Like, don't worry about it. You know what? Just take the 20 million. Here, y'all could have it. Y'all could have the money. Thumbs down. Y'all ain't getting jack because I ain't do nothing. How about that part? That's what I'm basically trying to say. Thumbs down. I ain't do jack. Hands up. Just take the money. I don't care. I got millions. No problem. Whatever the case may be. Thank you. Ain't nobody that stupid. Even if you got it, they go right there. People in the comments looking at it like this. I don't care if I got 100 million. You're going to have to take me to court, straight up and down. Yeah, straight up. You got to take me to court to get this money out of me, because then it's going to be a fight. And I'm going to take some of that 20 million and get me a good lawyer, especially if I know I didn't do it. Oh man, we got the United States that accused the GOP representative Corey Mills of revenge pills Norn against Miss United States. We got a lot of people that's getting freaky deaky out here. Not just Diddy, not just Epstein, not just Ghislaine. We have some people that are actually in our Congress right now that's pretty freaky deaky. Let's check out what Miss Universe has to say about Corey Mills.
Now the beauty queen versus the congressman as the reigning Miss United.
Communication. Language. People take them for granted.
Now the beauty queen versus the congressman as the reigning Miss United States accuses her ex-boyfriend of sextortion.
I started my personal platform, Cultivate Kindness.
The reigning Miss United States is making a shocking accusation against a sitting U.S. congressman.
My outfit would not be complete without my sash. That's Miss United States.
She claims Republican Congressman Corey Mills threatened to release nude images and videos of her, including videos of her and Corey engaging in sexual acts.
Whoa.
Gorgeous 25-year-old Lindsay Langston says she dated Mills for 4 years until she found out 6 months ago that he also had a girlfriend in Washington, D.C. She says she discovered the love rival when police were summoned to a report of domestic violence involving Mills and his D.C. squeeze.
And you know Miss United States can't be involved in nobody like that. That's gonna mess up her crown.
Sarah Riviani. No charges were filed.
You have to have an actual victim for an actual complaint or crime in which
No. We don't want no parts of you.
made very clear that there was nothing actually
That's
occurred in
not
the
royalty like.
News reports of the incident prompted Miss United States to break up with Mills.
Mhm.
She says that's when he threatened to send the raunchy videos they made together to any future boyfriend.
Wow.
She showed cops texts she says are from Mills declaring, "Thanks again for the videos. I can send him a few videos of you. Oh, I still have them." She texted him, "Please leave me alone." And, "Haven't you hurt me enough?" No charges have been filed against the Republican congressman from Florida. Mills said in a statement, "These claims are false and misrepresent the nature of my interactions. I have always conducted myself with integrity."
So my jumpsuit is from Amazon. My shoes are Jimmy Choo.
Miss United States has a court date in 2 weeks seeking a restraining order against the congressman.
Uh-oh, what y'all think about that? Just because you in power don't mean that you can't get your heart broken. Guess what? Sometimes people are in power, they use it the wrong way. That's why in Spider-Man they said, with great power comes great responsibility. That's where I learned that at. You know, I learned that right there, right? I'm a big Avengers fan. I'm a big Spider-Man fan. That's right, y'all. Good morning. Who's that right there saying good morning? Good morning. Juanican, good morning. We're gonna keep on moving forward right now because just what? Going down to South Park, gotta have myself a time. Going down to South Park, got some friends of mine. You know I was gonna have something to say about this. You know I was gonna have something to say about this. I actually watched the episode. I think they could have been a little more creative, but you know, they went after her and we gotta report it. That's right, South Park. Kristi Noem fights back against South Park and she's calling them lazy, y'all. Let's go. She called them lazy. You know why? Because they used her in a clip recently and she doesn't find it too funny. I don't think Miss Noem finds this too funny. So check out her response. Going down to South Park, gotta have myself time.
Is known for its edgy humor, and in its latest episode, they've targeted a satirical eye on Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. Now the Trump cabinet member known as Ice Barbie is hitting back, denouncing South Park as, quote, lazy and petty.
Kristi Noem is firing back.
I'm Kristi Noem, head of Homeland Security.
Appearing on the Glenn Beck podcast, the Secretary of Homeland Security slammed the guys behind South Park for their edgy portrayal of her on this week's episode.
It's so lazy to just constantly make fun of women for how they look. If they wanted to criticize my job, go ahead and do that, but clearly they can't. They just pick something petty like that.
This week's episode savagely mocked her Ice Barbie reputation, showing her getting all dolled up, only to shoot one huppy after another as her Botox wears off.
Woo! Your Botox, Miss Noem? Oh yeah, fix me up. Another day doing what's top.
Border czar Tom Homan also condemned the episode's timing.
He can't help but laugh, but he's trying to hold it down for her. He's trying to hold the laughter back.
given recent assaults on ICE agents.
We're up over 830% increase on assaults on ICE agents. They feel emboldened the more and more they see this this bad rhetoric coming out. So I thought the parody was just in bad form.
Kristi Noem's reaction is a stark contrast to what Vice President J.D. Vance had to say after he was spoofed on South Park in the same episode.
Tattoo.
Hey, will you get out of here?
He was depicted as President Trump's lapdog,
Tattoo.
but he seemed to take his appearance in stride. Well, I've finally made it, he declared.
How many of you guys see that South Park episode? I see a couple of people in the comments saying that they didn't see it. I see a couple of people saying that they did see it. Well, if you saw it, I thought it was pretty funny. I think they could have added a little more to it. You know, it is what it is. But, you know, we got to keep on moving forward, you guys. I think it was funny. And you guys know that that like Spanish mothers and like, you know, Hispanic mothers. One thing I noticed about them, there's this one lady on YouTube. She is, I'm talking about laser accurate pinpoint, laser accurate when it comes to throwing a slipper. Why is that the case? Why are you older women, Hispanic specifically, why are you so good at throwing a slipper? I'm talking about if they put you guys on the mound right now, you guys would be able to throw some heat against some of the best baseball players in the world. I'm talking about, I've seen women take that slipper off and throw that slipper while you think you're getting on the bus and you said the last thing to your mother, next thing you know, boop! That slipper catches right in the back of your head because she is just that laser accurate, pinpoint accurate. You know what I'm telling you guys? We got a situation where an alligator, this goes to show you, mommy ain't no joke. When she pinpoints and she wants to hit something, she gonna hit it. Mommy had an alligator come onto her property while she had some deer over there trying to graze and they were trying to eat and they were being interfered with by a nasty alligator that wanted to eat them up. Guess what she did? She took off that slipper and she cleared him up out of there. But guess what? He left with a little token of his appreciation. Thank you for all the love, guys, and I'm giving it right back to you. Let's get on over to this alligator situation where this Florida woman, she threw her shoes at an alligator that was hunting a deer on her property. Check this out.
Don't mess with this alligator. When a woman tried to stop the beast from attacking a herd of deer, he got his revenge, and let's just say she's gonna need a new pair of shoes.
A herd of deer is munching away, but they're not the only ones ready for a meal. A slithering gator is lurking. The cunning reptile makes his move.
Here he goes, he's on the move. He's really moving now.
Then, out of nowhere, a white shoe flies through the air. Seconds later, another shoe. The homeowner has joined the fight, and she's on Team Deer. The fearless lady emerges, and this time she's aiming for a direct hit.
No.
Mommy ain't playing.
Not so fast.
That serves her right, throwing the shoe in.
Here's hoping that gator enjoys a tough piece of leather for lunch.
Yeah, man, let me tell you something. My mom's is nasty with sticks and stones, bats and bones. She would tear your butt up in a minute. She would pick up anything to give you a spanking with. Whatever's there, boop, can of corn. Yep, you're getting a spanking with a can of corn. Your friends there, they gonna laugh. What was that? They got hit with the back of the remote. Yep, whatever's in sight, you gonna get right with it. Mommy ain't play. Mama ain't take no mess. And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. My mother did not play. She would tear you up and get you straightened up and fly right. Don't tell her that you got to come to the school and have any meeting about me. It's not going to go well. Trust me, I knew better. I knew better. And if you guys are trying to make some money, hit that link in the description and fill out one of those surveys. Today we have about, I would say, $400 to $550 worth of surveys. All you got to do is go into the description, hit the link, and there's going to be 2 surveys right there that you guys can basically make some money off of. You'll make some money, and I will make some money too. Also, if you have a business, mobile barber, you might be a detailer. You could be a, I don't know, landscaper. What do you do as far as your business? We're going to help you promote over here. How are we going to do that? Send us a 1080 by 1080 promotion. That's the size it has to be, 1080 by 1080 of your business. We're going to put it up in the post area so that all of our followers can see it and you guys get a chance to make some more money. Also, I'm so excited because we're coming up on new locations for that Show Your Talent search. That's the talent search where you, that's right, you can make $250 depending on what your talent is. I don't care if you're a singer, rapper, dancer, you can do backflips. I don't care if you know how to do a wheelie. We'll find a place for you to do it. But if you're good at what you do, we want to see it. We're giving you guys locations to pop up in. The last location that we're going to be at is Brooklyn. We're going to be in Manhattan, and then we're going to be in the Bronx. So once we get those locations, we're going to tell you guys where to come to be a part of the Show Your Talent search. By next week, I will have the new locations. I'm going to be there. DJ Don Dada is going to be there as well, on the wheels, doing a thing like she did last week. You guys, we're going to have a fantastic time. We want you to come out for the tasting as well as the sign up, and you might be able to make $250. After we finish there and we finished in all the other locations, you might have a chance to make $1,000 at the finals. That's right. It's being hosted by myself, BOOGOTTINYC. Every time we do this event, you guys see me there at the host and as the host, and we always go live. And it's sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch. When you guys want to sign up to be a part of this talent show, all you got to do is go over to the website, www.drinkbigdrip.com. BigDrip.com, 2 G's, 2 P's. Go there. There's a mailing list right in the bottom. Fill in the mailing list. Boom. Whatever borough you in, we're going to send you the address, and you're going to be able to make $250. And if you win, $1,250 after the grand finale. Hopefully you guys have a fantastic day. It's Sunday, y'all. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to pray. We're going to thank the Lord for another day. We're going to thank him the fact that we can come here and continuously do what we have been doing. We are thankful to have another day to be alive. Problems present opportunities, Lord, and we know that every time we get up, we have another chance to strike at that problem and get it right. Under the sound of my voice, hopefully everybody that believes in what I'm saying will say amen. Amen for this time. I'm so happy right now. Tell you guys, sometimes I have a terrible day, but when I come here, I tell you what, y'all straighten me up because I can go anywhere. But the fact of the matter that I can come here, it makes my life so much better. And that's what I want to say, you guys. Drink some water. Don't let people stop you from your dreams. People will not understand what you're trying to do. They might say you're crazy. So don't go for it. Just keep on moving and be like, I can't go for that. No can do. Especially if it's positive and it's going to help people. And if it's going to help animals, even better. So what I want you guys to do at the count of 3, follow me and do what I do. Please follow me. I want you to do it on the screen and not type it. Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3. I want you to smile. That's right. You see that right there? When you smile, even if you don't want to, it makes you feel much better in your stomach and it makes you feel good. I want to leave you guys with that spirit and that sort of a good feeling. Last chance to double tap that screen and get those likes up. Do your boy a favor. We're really trying to get to that 50,000 subscribers mark. I would love to see that because that means that we're really making a mark. Lastly, I really hope you guys like the show, the way we sequencing things, the way that we're trying to be detailed, and the way that we're making sure that we make informative until we get those files. I want to thank you guys for always coming on and being strong and making sure y'all follow up. With that being said, see you guys on Monday, my favorite day of the week, and that's tomorrow, because we do this every day. And with that being said, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me today, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Casey. I appreciate even the haters, even the people that's up in here playing games. Batty, Rebecca, Lon Yen, Bueno, VIP Auction Group, all of you guys. So until tomorrow, y'all know what it is. Get 'em! Peace. 1.